Hi and welcome to Free Range Cottage. I'm Tanya and today we're going to talk about cozy home decor and more specifically about indoor houseplants and how I use them to cozy up my decor. You know, most of us know that having some indoor live plants really helps with our air quality, and they're also very beautiful. And if you have any kind of windows in your house, you can have indoor plants. Even if you have a brown thumb, there are some bulletproof, kill-proof plants pretty much that you can have. And honestly, there are some artificial plants that are very realistic looking these days, and sure, they have their place too. But today we're going to focus on live plants. I'm going to give you a tour of my house plants and where I use them and how they cozy up my house for winter. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're going to start out right in the living room and for a new to me plant, a Calathea. And I just think it's beautiful with the little pink stripes on it. Then I have a little, I think it's a vining fig, a type of creeping fig in a pot that I had gotten from Home Goods. Croton, I know it's croton, but I've called it croton my whole life, so that's one that's in the living room. A little Hoya I just picked up, so I'm hoping to grow that way bigger. The pot also I just recently got from Home Goods. This is my blue agave, which I've been growing since last year, and it's grown like a weed and even having babies. New little lipstick plant there, also I want to grow that. And that is a new one. If I am not crazy, it's an Aglaonema. I don't know if that's the wrong name. Let me know in the comments. But that's a thrifted container. Some of my containers are new, some are thrifted. I used white beans in the base rather than pebbles. These are little seedlings that are from my red yucca plant. I was really excited from the seeds I was able to grow those. And that was a jade plant. And of course my Fiddly Fig. It was about a foot tall when I got it, and I've grown it, wow, it's over 6 feet tall. And I cut a little clipping off of it to try and root a new one, so I'll show you that in a minute. It's in my bedroom. But I just love my Fiddly Fig. They're not hard to take care of if you have some bright indirect light and just don't overwater them. This is a Dracaena, I believe, a striped, and a Norfolk Pine that I got right around Christmas. But this one is just so tough that it just holds up to anything. Little basil seedlings. These are some little plants that I'm putting into a terrarium and some moss. So I've got kind of a mess on my dining table, but I'm about to put a terrarium together. These are a couple different kinds of Wandering Jew, a purple, and then the bridal veil that gets all the little white flowers all over it too. These are in a north-facing window, and they're pretty happy. And that little pot there, I just love. I got it from Walmart just recently. It's the Better Homes and Gardens line. And I think it's so pretty because it's kind of got a gray finish to the terracotta. And then, of course, my flowering Amaryllis. He's about done, but just a nice little bit of flowers, a pink color rather than the red. And I think it's really, really pretty in some vintage milk glass. And in the bedroom, I've got some on either side of the bed, and I had bought some little enamelware pots at Goodwill, and so I thought they were really cute just to put it in there in its nursery pot, and then it catches the water, so I don't need a saucer underneath, and it also looks really cute. This is a red Aglaonema. This is another one of these little enamel pots. And that thing is just really tough. It can take sort of lower light. This is where I've rooted some cuttings. I've got an ivy that I just bought a while back, and it's already got some roots on there. I put it in this little cup that I got from Hobby Lobby, this little head cup, which my daughter thinks is weird, so I like it even more. But I also have a succulent that burro's tail or donkey tail, and then all my little garden seeds that I like to look through, and I have planted some in my little cold frame greenhouse, and I'll have to show you that outside when everything starts coming up. It's just now starting to come up. On the other side of the room, I've got the Norfolk Pine. I've got a fern there, and I've also got a snake plant. And this fern, I think it's called Kangaroo Paw, and I was looking for it. It gets these long brown little tail things, and of course I'm looking for them and I can't find them when I'm trying to video it, but they're like brown fuzzy little things. But that thing has been really tough, and that's a mother-in-law's tongue, believe it or not, and those can handle low light, but I love the shape of it. It's not the flat leaf, it's the rounded leaf, and I really like those. And I wanted to show you that I have humidifiers running for the people, the pets, and the plants to keep us all feeling better when we have this central heat on. We get really dried out. In the sitting area, really the only thing I have over here is a couple of cuttings that I'm trying to root, a little Pathos and some of that snake plant. And I'm reading the Cozy White Cottage book, and it's just a really cozy white little spot. And this is my Fiddly Fig cutting, and I've read it could take up to 6 weeks. I just keep some damp soil in there, and I'm really hoping to get another plant. This is on the way up our stairs, a little prayer plant there that's doing beautifully. They can take a little bit lower light. This pot my mom and I got when we were shopping in Mexico. I grew up on the border and we used to go to the markets all the time, so it's really sentimental to me. This is a Variegated Ivy, I think it's called Nina. And then I also got a strawberry begonia next to it. And you can see I just took a couple of olive buckets and I stained a piece of scrap wood that I had in the garage and screwed them onto there and hung it on the wall. This is an octopus aloe, and then that burro's tail or donkey tail. This thing just grows like a maniac, and I think it's my husband's favorite plant. And then you may have seen on my other videos the air plants, which I love, and they are definitely growing. Like I said, I just spritz them with a little bit of water and give them some indirect light, and they're very happy. And then I've got a few in a west-facing window here, succulents, and so like a string of pearls and a cactus. And this I think is a jade plant, but it's got a real unusual leaf to it. If it's not, let me know if you know that this is something different, because I'm not sure. But it's growing. That's a north-facing window, so it's not growing real fast. And I wanted to show you, this is a Pathos that was from a cutting. It's in my son's bedroom in a north window. This is the mother plant here that's in my living room. And this thing is just so healthy, and I was just so excited that I just got a little cutting. And I've actually neglected this thing at times, and it just keeps going. This is my spare bedroom upstairs, and it's just become a jungle in here. This is the Philodendron that just wants to take over the world, evidently. I have a hard time finding somewhere to put this thing because it just wants to get huge. And it's a really tough plant, but it's very, very pretty. And then we've got different cactus and succulents. I've got a money tree in there. I've got a calathea in there. Jade plants. More of those are the octopus aloe, just some cuttings and a regular aloe. So I'm just trying to produce more plants from cuttings and stuff, because once you start this, you can't stop. And I do not even remember the name of this plant right now, but it is growing really well. So because there's this skylight above that gives them plenty of light. It's south facing, so it gets really warm in the summer, but in the winter it's great for the plants. So you can see they're really happy in here, and they can handle it. I don't have a humidifier in this room, so they can handle it. So that's the plant tour for now, and I will keep you updated, and thanks for watching.